another review for you tonight is actually going to be brought to you by a guest reviewer, my husband, because it's about Magic the Gathering cards, and he actually plays, so he'll be much better versed in this than I would be. So let's give it up for my husband. Yay!
Hey, hello Internet. I'm here to review Golden Groundhog's, let's see, 50 card set. It's the Vampires set. It's supposed to be, have a few rares and, actually, hold on, is this one, I apparently, pulled the wrong set. Nah, it's the internet. They understand things happen on the internet. It's not that one. There we go. Box O stuff. Here we go. So, this one is one that is guaranteed to have at least 5 foils, 5 rares, 1 mythic. Wait, is that the right? Yeah, 1 mythic rare, and 10 vampires. As well as it includes their own little wonderful set of tokens. Tokens are, as you see here, you've got zombie, angel, elf, kraken, and goblin. They're the most used, probably as far as I can tell, the most used of all the tokens that you could probably have. Most of them are usable in standard. I think even kraken is too. Yeah. Anyway. As far as just straight up numbers, ended up with 10 foil cards in the set. So, you know, better. It's not they put in the bare minimum for, you know, we guarantee 5, so you get 5. No, there is at least a chance of you getting more than that. Got several rares out of this. Although I will point out that none of them. Oh, sorry. I would say none, but I believe there might be one. No, none of them. All but 2 of these foil cards are actually commons, and the rest are uncommons. So you're not looking at a whole lot of value there. If you're playing Commander and you're looking to foil out your deck, you're very, very unlikely to just flat out get something to fill in your deck. I mean, unless you, again, these are random cards. As far as the rest of the set, just in general, they spread far and wide. Not a lot of them are used in standard. Most of them are modern legal, although there are a few commander-only cards available in here. It's a pretty even split of colors. A little bit heavier on the black because of the vampires included. A little bit more blue for some reason. Just a little bit more. You've got a few rares in here, but nothing to write home about. If you're looking for financial value in here, I might look elsewhere. Just on a card front, because you're really not going to make it back from that. It did come in the wonderful, in a old fat pack box, mirrored and besieged. It's a very nice box, but it was sealed in a plastic envelope, which I don't have with me, but it was sealed in a plastic envelope that let it just slide around inside the pack. So if you're worried about the cards getting, I mean, you can kind of see closely here that I'm not getting any damage. I didn't get any damage from it sitting around, but they're all in pretty good shape. But it could be an issue depending on how badly your post office happens to deal with your box. If it gets thrown around a lot, you could end up with bent cards, possibly. And if you're looking for the quality of the cards, then you know you need to be careful about that. As far as playability of these cards, if you're actually looking to play with them, I think I've seen maybe a few of these that are actually used. I mean, there's some that are, say, Lenoir Elves was in here. That's definitely playable in Modern if you're playing green or Elves, or if you're doing Commander Elves. What was the other one? I mean, just simple stuff. Negate is going to be useful in sideboard for most modern decks. So, as far as the rest of it is concerned, none of the None of the vampires were much to talk about, although I do use Calastria Healer in my own black-white vampires deck that I use for standard. Really not a lot of standard cards. We're talking like 9, I think, in the entire set of cards here. All 50 cards. Only 9 of them were standard. I want to say about 40 of them were modern legal, and the remainder were various, various other formats. So if you overall, I would probably give this probably a 3 out of 5. If only because if you're looking for deck storage, Fat Pack is it's a Fat Pack box. I mean, they're all pretty sturdily made. You're not gonna get, it fits the cards. You're not gonna have to worry about them getting bent just from being in there. For long-term storage, it's pretty good. Aside from that, I wouldn't, I would rate it lower on cards. If you were just getting the cards, I would probably give it a 2 out of 5. And because the fact that it comes with tokens, now if you like the tokens and the art style and the tokens, that's a little bit more add value. That and the box are the only reason I'm really bumping it up 1 star. So I really just give it it's almost a 2.5 to 3 out of 5 stars. If you like randomness from your card sets, go for it. If you don't, then don't. That's all there is to it. So I think I'm going to probably be doing a couple more of these reviews, but I'll let my wife intro those just in case you watch those first.